My beloved child, there are moments in life when you can no longer continue standing between two paths. There comes a time when your heart must make a clear decision about the direction it will take. I did not create you to live forever in hesitation, nor did I call you to walk in the dim space between faith and doubt. I call you to step into the light, because the light is where life is nourished, where truth is revealed, and where the soul finds true peace. Many people spend their entire lives chasing things that satisfy them only for a moment. Yet very few stop to ask where their soul truly stands. They take care of outward things while forgetting the life within. But I say to you that the most precious thing is not what you possess, but the condition of your heart before me. Do not think that spiritual choices only take place in great and dramatic moments. Every day, you are choosing. Every small decision is leading you either closer to the light or farther away from it. When you choose forgiveness instead of nurturing bitterness, you are walking toward the light. When you choose honesty instead of pretense, you are walking toward the light. When you choose to trust me instead of relying only on your own strength, you are walking toward the light. Therefore, the journey of faith is not a single decision made once in a lifetime, but countless choices made each day in obedience. I know there are times when you are afraid to let my light shine into the hidden depths of your heart. You fear facing the things that have not yet been healed, the old mistakes, and the wounds that still quietly ache. But, my beloved child, my light does not come to destroy you. My light comes to restore you. A person cannot be healed if they keep hiding their wounds. In the same way, the soul cannot be free if it continues to run from the truth. That is why I have said, you will know the truth, and the truth will set you free. The freedom I give does not begin with a change in circumstances, but with allowing truth to enter your heart. Remember the story of the rich young man. He came asking about eternal life, but when I revealed what held the highest place in his heart, he went away sorrowful. It was not because I did not love him, but because he was not ready to let go of what he was clinging to. That story is not only about money. It speaks of anything you place above me. Some place reputation above me. Some place fear above me. Some place their own will above me. But only when I become the center of your life will you truly find what your soul has always been searching for. My beloved child, do not allow temporary things to steal eternal things from you. The world always promises quick joy, but often leaves behind emptiness. I am different. What I give may require you to be patient, to learn, trust, and surrender. But its fruit is a peace that no circumstance can take away. As it is written, peace I leave with you, my peace I give to you. Not as the world gives do I give to you. The world gives something today and takes it back tomorrow. But what I place within your soul will stand firm, even in the midst of storms. Perhaps you are looking back over your life and recognizing opportunities that were missed. Perhaps there were moments when you knew I was calling, yet you chose to follow another voice. But do not let the past become chains that bind your present. When you return to me with a sincere heart, I do not sit and count your failures. Remember the prodigal son. When he came home after years of wandering, the father did not run toward him to condemn him, but to embrace him. That is also my heart toward you. I rejoice when I see a soul return far more than when I see someone trying to hide their true condition behind layers of religious masks. Therefore, do not delay what I am placing before you today. Do not think there will be a more perfect time to respond to my call. The most precious thing you have is not tomorrow, but the present moment. Today is the day you can open your heart. Today is the day you can lay down old burdens. Today is the day you can draw nearer to me. Each passing day is a gift, and I want you to use that gift to build what has eternal value instead of only pursuing what will quickly fade away. My beloved child, The light I give is not meant to be kept for yourself alone. When a lamp is lit, its purpose is to shine for others. When I heal you, I also want you to become a source of encouragement to those who are wounded. When I uphold you, I also want you to uphold those who are weary. When I lead you out of darkness, I also want you to show the way to those who are lost. That is why I have placed you where you are, among the people you meet each day. Your life is not an accident. I have entrusted you with a mission of love, a mission to reflect the light of heaven in the midst of this divided world. So today, I invite you to look deeply into your heart. Ask what is guiding your decisions. Ask what holds the highest place in your heart. Ask what is keeping you from drawing closer to me. Do not be afraid when my light touches the places you once tried to hide. For wherever my light shines, there is hope. Wherever my light touches, there is healing. And wherever my light reigns, darkness no longer has the right to rule. I love you with an unchanging love. I am waiting for you to take one more step toward me. Choose truth instead of deception. Choose faith instead of fear. Choose life instead of the things that are wearing down your soul. For I am the light of the world. And whoever follows me will no longer wander in darkness, but will find the path that leads to life, peace, and eternal hope. My beloved child, before I lead you into the new things that lie ahead, there is an important work I am doing in the depths of your soul. I am not in a hurry to bring you to the next destination while old wounds are still quietly bleeding within you. For I am concerned not only with where you are going, but also with the condition of your heart along the journey. There are pains you have learned to hide behind a smile. There are disappointments you have buried beneath the appearance of strength that others see. There are prayers you once lifted up through tears. And after many years of waiting, you quietly stopped mentioning them. But my beloved child, none of these things have been forgotten before me. I see the places in your heart that have grown weary from hoping for so long. I see the times you told yourself to stay strong even when your strength was nearly exhausted. I see the questions you have never spoken aloud to anyone. That is why the first thing I desire to do in this season is not to place more responsibility upon you, but to restore you, like a gentle shepherd bandaging an injured sheep. I am touching the areas of your soul that need healing. As it is written, He heals the brokenhearted and binds up their wounds. I am not rushing you forward when your soul needs to rest in my love. Perhaps recently you have sensed a quiet return of hope within you. Things you once gave up on are beginning to reappear in your thoughts. Desires that seemed long dormant are starting to awaken again. Do not be surprised by this. When I restore a soul, I do not merely heal wounds, I rekindle life. I do not simply remove pain, I restore hope. I do not only close the sorrowful chapters, I open new chapters filled with grace. For I am the God who causes the wilderness to blossom and brings forth living waters in dry and barren places. But my child, healing is only the beginning. After restoring you, I desire to teach you. The world may teach you how to acquire many things, but I want to teach you how to live in wisdom. I did not create you merely to survive from day to day. I have called you into a life of purpose, where every decision, every word, and every action reflects my light. That is why there are lessons I am placing before you. There are things I want you to learn not through books alone, but through fellowship with me. Remember the young boy, Samuel, in the tabernacle. When I called to him in the night, he did not recognize my voice. Several times he ran to Eli the priest, thinking that Eli had called him. Yet little by little, Samuel learned to recognize my voice. That story is not only for Samuel, it is also your journey. I am teaching you to discern my voice among countless other voices. I am teaching you to recognize the leading of the Holy Spirit amid pressures, emotions, and the opinions of people. This requires time, patience, and a heart that is willing to listen. There are times when my instruction comes through clear answers. Yet there are also times when it comes through waiting. Some lessons can only be learned when you do not immediately receive what you desire. Some wisdom only emerges when you learn to trust even before you see the outcome. Therefore, do not mistake the silence for my absence. Many times, it is the classroom where I am shaping maturity within you. As it is written, if any of you lacks wisdom, let him ask of God. I delight in giving wisdom to those who seek me with a sincere heart. My beloved child, I also know that there have been times when you began to doubt the things I once placed within your heart. Dreams that once burned brightly now seem distant. Promises you once held tightly appear covered by the dust of time. After waiting so long, you have wondered whether you misunderstood. You have questioned whether those things truly came from me or were merely your own hopes. But today I want you to know that I understand those battles. I do not condemn you for growing weary. I do not accuse you when your faith becomes weak. Remember Gideon. When I called him to become a deliverer of Israel, he was hiding in fear. He could not see in himself what I saw in him. He doubted his own ability and needed reassurance many times. Yet I did not abandon him. I patiently guided him step by step until he understood that true strength was not found within himself, but in the one who had called him. The same is true for you. What I have planted in your heart has not been canceled because of seasons of waiting. What I have begun, I am still faithfully bringing to completion. Therefore, do not allow negative voices to overshadow what I have spoken. Do not let temporary failures cause you to forget the identity I have given you. You are not the sum of your past mistakes. You are not defined by the opinions of others. You are the one whom I have chosen, loved, and called. As it is written, the gifts and the calling of God are irrevocable. This does not mean the journey will be without challenges, but it does mean that I remain faithful to what I have purposed for your life. Therefore, my beloved child, allow me to continue my work within your heart. Let me heal the places that hurt the most. Let me teach you the things you need to learn. Let me remind you of the things you have forgotten. I am not leading you back into the past so that you may live in regret, but so that you may recover the precious things you lost along the way. Then, when the appointed time arrives, you will move forward no longer with a wounded and confused heart, but with a restored soul, a renewed mind, and a faith more mature than ever before. In that moment, you will realize that everything I have done has flowed from love, and every preparation I have made has been designed to bring you to the place I intended for you from the very beginning. My beloved child, quiet your heart in my peace. For what I desire to reveal today is not merely information for the mind, but truth for the soul. For a very long time, amid the noise of life, the pressures, disappointments, and unanswered questions, you have searched for answers about yourself. You have wondered who you are, why you have had to endure the things you have endured, and whether anyone has seen the tears you have shed in secret. Today, I want you to know that not a single moment of your life has been forgotten before me. Before anyone ever called your name, I knew you. Before you offered your very first prayer, I was listening. And before you understood your own worth, I loved you with an everlasting love. There have been seasons when you felt as though you were walking through a maze of unanswered mysteries, family struggles, doors that unexpectedly closed, opportunities that slipped through your fingers, and unfinished stories have left you carrying a sense that something was missing. I know that feeling. I know there are questions you have held within your heart for many years. But my beloved child, the first gift I desire to give you is not every answer, but trust. For when you learn to trust me, you will possess peace even in the things you do not yet fully understand. Many times you think what you need is to uncover every secret of the past. But I tell you that what matters more is knowing the one who holds your past, your present, and your future. Some things will be made clear in time. Some truths will be revealed when the proper season arrives. For I have declared, there is nothing concealed that will not be disclosed, and nothing hidden that will not be made known. Yet do not live obsessed with finding every explanation. Live instead in the peace of one who knows that I am a righteous God, and that I never overlook the truth. My beloved child, what grieves my heart is not what others have done to you, but the moments when you began to believe that you had no value. There are wounds that have caused you to doubt yourself. There are words from the past that still echo in your mind. There are disappointments that have made you wonder whether you truly matter. But today I want to shatter those lies. You are not the product of what others think about you. You are not the sum of your past failures. You are not defined by the wounds you have experienced. You are a creation deeply loved by me, fearfully and wonderfully made, and called by name. Remember Gideon. When I found him, he was living in fear and saw himself as small and weak. Yet I called him a mighty warrior. I did not call him according to his present condition. I called him according to what I saw within him. In the same way, you may still see your limitations today, but I see the potential I have placed within you. You may see many shortcomings, but I see a life being shaped for a purpose far greater than you can imagine. I want you to know that my justice never sleeps. If you have been treated unfairly, if there are things that have caused your heart pain because you felt overlooked or misunderstood, place those matters into my hands. Do not allow bitterness to take root within you. Do not let pain become the guide for your decisions. I am the righteous judge. I see all things clearly, and I have my own way of bringing truth into the light without causing harm to your soul. My beloved child, what I am doing in this season is not pulling you back into the shadows of the past, but leading you forward. I do not want you to live by what has been lost. I want you to live by what I am preparing. There are blessings ahead greater than anything you have lost behind you. There are doors I will open that no one will be able to shut. There are opportunities I will place before you that will not require you to compete or prove your worth. What I desire from you is a tender heart that knows how to wait, how to trust, and how to walk with me day by day. Therefore, my beloved child, stop defining yourself by old stories. Stop allowing doubts to direct your thoughts. Let my voice become the loudest voice in your life, for I do not call you by the labels the world has placed upon you. I call you by the name I have written in love, grace, and eternal purpose. When you understand this, you will no longer seek your value in the approval of others. You will live in the freedom of one who knows that they belong to me. And as you walk in that understanding, a deep and abiding peace will begin to reign within your heart, not because you possess every answer, but because you know the one who holds every answer, not because every trial has disappeared, but because you know the one who walks beside you through every trial. This is the peace that the world cannot give and cannot take away. It is the peace that comes from knowing that you are loved, known, and called by name by me. My beloved child, remember this deep within your soul. I did not create anyone without purpose. Before you were born, I knew you. Before you uttered your first cry, I had already placed a unique purpose upon your life. No life is an accident, and no soul has been left out of my loving plan. Therefore, never allow the disappointments of the past to convince you that you have been forgotten. There may have been times when you felt overlooked, unrecognized, treated unfairly, or deprived of opportunities that seemed rightfully yours. But, my beloved child, what people forget, I remember. What people fail to see, I see. What others consider insignificant, I cherish. I know there have been times when you look back over your life and wondered why certain doors never opened for you, why the things you hoped for slipped through your hands, why decisions were made without giving you the opportunity to have a voice. Those questions may have quietly remained in your heart for many years. But today, I want you to understand that your life is not defined by what others have done or failed to do. Your destiny does not rest in the hands of any human being. I am the one who holds your future. If there is something I have allowed to be lost, I still have the power to bring something better. If something has been unjustly taken from your hands, I remain the God of justice. Therefore, do not live with a soul imprisoned by bitterness. There are people who have disappointed you. There are people who have not acted as you hoped they would. There are people you once trusted who wounded your heart. Yet, I do not want you to enter your future carrying unhealed wounds. I do not want the actions of others to become chains that hold you back. As it is written, guard your heart above all else, for it is the source of life. When your heart is filled with resentment, it becomes difficult to see the new things I am preparing. But when you place that pain into my hands, I will transform it into strength and wisdom. My beloved child, there are truths that must be faced, but not in order to nurture anger. I reveal truth to set you free. My light does not only shine upon the actions of others, it also shines into your own heart. When I open your eyes to see more clearly, I do not want you to focus only on the faults around you. I want you to see my hand at work in every circumstance. I want you to see that no matter what you have endured, I have never abandoned my plan for your life. Remember the story of Joseph. He was betrayed by those closest to him. He was sold, falsely accused, and forgotten in prison. Looking through natural eyes, many would conclude that his life had been stolen from him. Yet, in the end, Joseph declared a powerful truth. You intended to harm me, but God intended it for good. What made Joseph great was not that he was never wounded, but that he refused to let his wounds become the master of his life. He believed that I could turn evil into good. You are called to live with that same faith. I want you to understand that my restoration is not limited to material things. Many people think restoration means recovering what was lost, but sometimes the greatest things I restore are peace, hope, courage, and your true identity. There are people who possess great wealth, but whose souls remain impoverished. There are also those who have lost much, yet are rich in faith and peace. What I desire to give you is wholeness that flows from the inside out. Therefore, if you feel that there are old chapters of your life that have not yet been closed, bring them before me. Do not try to resolve everything on your own. Do not allow unanswered questions to steal the joy of the present. Let me be the righteous judge. Let me lead you in truth. Let me heal the places that human hands cannot heal. For I am not only the God of justice, I am also the God of mercy. My beloved child, in time, you may see certain things become clearer. Some answers may come in moments you least expect. Yet the most important thing is not knowing every detail of the past. The most important thing is walking in the freedom of the present. Do not let yesterday determine your tomorrow. Do not let what has happened define your worth. I call you by the name I gave you from the beginning, beloved, chosen, and created for a good purpose. So, my beloved child, rise up in faith. Move forward with a healed heart. Let my light guide every step you take. If there is anything that needs to be revealed, I will reveal it in my way and in my time. If there is anything that needs to be restored, I have more than enough power to restore it. And if something has been lost and never returns, I can still give you something better, for I am the one who makes all things new. I am the one who turns sorrow into a testimony. I am the one who opens doors that no one can shut. And when you place your trust in me, you will discover that the most precious thing is not what you recover, but the peace, freedom, and hope that I have restored within your soul.